tiny little room in here. One of these crabs here. Well, this is new for me. Skull-like thing there. Experimenting with the spirit world or something here. About to jog out to Sands Beach near Isla Vista, hoping to do some tide pooling, but we'll see how it is out there. It does look like there could be some tide pools out there, but ultimately not phenomenal. A lot of sand, the rocks aren't really well exposed, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, a lot of wild graffiti out here. Got ourselves like a penguin, a few other things. And I've seen people like throwing rave parties and stuff here. You gotta be kind of careful about the glass. But yeah, anyways, there's a tiny little room in here, and yeah, Lord knows what actually happens in this room. Anyways, yeah, wild spot. Yeah, definitely some neat spots that have kind of been abandoned and maybe used by college students or whoever, I don't know. Not really much in terms of tide pools, but we do have spots like this, and see a dead crab there. Not really sure about this one though. Yeah, I think this guy's dead too, unfortunately. If I see anything cool that's alive, I will certainly let you know though, but I'm not super optimistic. Maybe we can flip one of these over. See. Nope. Hoping my finger's not getting in the way. Any of these, nothing there. Obvious. It's a good way to find things though, flipping over the rocks, especially if there's not a lot of spots to look. Yeah, still bit critters, but nothing spectacular. Let's see here. Oops, I broke it. Wow, alright. Well, nope, nothing obvious. So I'm gonna check a few of the other spots down here slowly, and if I see anything, I'll let you know, as I mentioned before. But if not, I'll keep jogging further down. You know, it is a short jog to this area. I was hoping to spend a lot of time looking, but I don't really have as much area as I thought I would have to look. So, yeah. So I did catch one of these crabs here, and they have quite strong pinchers, you know, so you need to be careful. But if you pick them up, kind of like this, you know, these are spiky, but they're not too hard to just hold on to. He's trying to dig into my skin, but really, these are going to be the powerful pinchers there. I mean, this is, it's not comfortable, but it doesn't really hurt. So, yeah, anyways, cool guy. I'm going to get a few photos, and even when you don't really have the best tide pools, you know, you just look around and you can find crabs like this. And I think he's even edible. I mean, if we boiled him, these aren't going to be huge crab legs, but I think I could still eat this guy if really I needed to, you know. So yeah, anyways, cool to find. So yeah, he's really trying to get his little legs with the kind of sharp things on the sides into my hands to get me to let go, and I'm gonna set him down shortly. But yeah, anyways, pretty big compared to a crawdad, and yeah, quite the pinchers too. You wouldn't want to get your fingers, your face even in these pincers. So yeah. All right, I'm just gonna set him down maybe in the clear water here. Yeah, see if he'll just let go. Yeah, but anyways, hopefully he finds a safe spot. You know, you know, these guys are around and not necessarily super rare, but yeah, for tide pools like this, I'm happy to have found them. You know, and yeah. So there's still a good amount of wildlife, even some larger critters, when there aren't many tide pools, and there are small sand crabs here. Kind of hard to film, but I'll try. Might have said sand crabs, but what I really meant was rock crabs, and we have a few of these guys here. And you know, like the sand crab, these guys also have pinchers. Sorry. But yeah, they're more like this, and I wouldn't try to eat these guys. They're just too small. But yeah, there's another one there. so they're around, you know. But yeah, a lot of the other cool stuff I would hope to find in tide pools may be challenging. All right, I'm just gonna set this guy down there, kind of run around a bit. There are a few others here, but yeah, anyways, cool spot. Yeah, so I've been looking around here. Got some people snorkeling over there, I guess, so I don't think I'm gonna be going over there just quite yet, but maybe just jog down a little further. I don't really know what I'm gonna go do, but yeah, I feel like they're just, you know, we did find that cool crab and some other bit smaller crabs, but it's just not really the most optimal conditions for tide pooling. Anyways, yeah, cool anemones though. I'll show you those real quick. Yeah, so sometimes the sea anemones here are very, very bright green. And I think some of this is maybe, I don't know what exactly, maybe some sort of like infection, maybe some sort of cyanobacteria. It could be a different species or something, I don't know. But yeah, those are real vibrant green. If anyone knows why, I'd be very curious to know. You know, most of them just don't have that vibrant green color. And that's why I think it's sort of maybe a sickness or something. Could be like a different species, I don't know. So this is the route out to Ellwood along the beach. And right here you have the snowy plover preserve, I guess, that prevent people from damaging their nesting area. And yeah, real beautiful stretch of coast. Thought I'd just stop to get some footage. Got a pretty large flock of pelicans here. They're kind of flying towards me, but I don't know, now they're not. Anyways, kind of wish I got my camera out earlier for that, because very, very cool. So this is a neat little structure here, and its elevation, you know, relative to the ground here really changes over the years based on the amount of sand deposited on the beach. So it can be really neat after a storm to see how high this can get. And I even think I've seen it as low as maybe having the ground, I don't know, here or something. Don't quite remember, but yeah, over time sand gets deposited in the summer mostly, and then really washes out in the storms. So the elevation of that can change quite a bit. Anyway, I do kind of want to check out just a little bit of this trail. I don't think I'm going to do a full-on loop, but just because I don't really have too much plans given the tide pool situation not being optimistic, not being optimal. Sorry, I think I'll just have a little look over here. So this is the pond trail. It's for pedestrians only, FYI. I think they just don't want people's dogs like going after the birds. You know, we're going through the snowy plover preserve kind of here. There is a pond and a big lagoon. I don't know how the water's going to be now in that, but we can kind of take a look at least at the pond from a distance. I don't think, well, I could go look at the lagoon. It doesn't hurt. So this is the pond in context with the pond trail, and yeah, it's still got a bit of water, which is nice. You know, we are in more or less of a drought year, at least a little further out to the east, but you can see that the pond has receded a little bit. Still nonetheless very beautiful. I know it can dry up completely, but so far so good. Just made dinner plans with some friends living in the area, and yeah, I don't know, anyways. Cool spot. Had to take a quick little break. I'm just gonna sort of see how the lagoon is right now. That looked pretty nice and whatnot, so I'm not gonna jog to the end. There's this kind of road it goes to, and it kind of can either take you to Ellwood or, is it my foot? You know, back to Isla Vista. But I'm just gonna go check out the lagoon, as I just said. So this is the lagoon area, and there still is a good amount of water actually, but it does get a lot more full. A lot of the white stuff on the surface of the playa is, you know, the other little salt minerals that form as the area dries up. So it is muddy, but ultimately kind of more white than you might expect just due to all the salinity. But yeah, you know, you got some nice little picnic benches here. So not picnic benches, just normal benches. Cool spot. And yeah, I guess it's actually officially called the Salt Marsh. I always think of it as like a lagoon type thing, but yeah, definitely maybe a little more marshy. Anyways, beautiful spot adjacent to Isla Vista, between Isla Vista there and the Ellwood Bluffs there. So yeah, really beautiful. Yeah, so beautiful spot, you know, but certainly on the dry side right now. Not completely dry. I've seen it a lot lower in terms of the water level, but yeah, very cool. Anyways, yeah, I have maybe like an hour or so just to kind of, I don't know, explore spots. So I don't know, I mean, I know this area well. Maybe I'll just jog up a little further. It has been a while. I'm not really here as frequently as I used to be when I lived in the area, of course. But yeah, let's go check out maybe a little out west more. Well, this is new for me. Not sure how long this has been here, but yeah, pretty interesting. I don't know, some sort of like ritualistic site maybe. I don't know, symbols here. Someone fooling around with some witchcraft or something. I don't know. You got a little skull-like thing there, so I don't know, maybe some idol for some sort of deity. But But yeah, cool. Anyways, looks like people are having fun, like experimenting with the spirit world or something here. Cool spot. Yeah, over time, you got people sort of setting up structures like this, and then they, I don't know, get washed away by the waves or just covered by landslides, swept away by the sea. So yeah, since I've lived here or visited here / little of both, I've seen this area change in terms of, you know, spots like that and other kind of things. And it's nice to see the new spots. And I'm sure over the last, like, I don't know, 7-8 years, I've missed a lot. But yeah, good to be back and checking this area out. Yeah, so up here we have a bunch of seagulls and pelicans. Yeah, so not really expecting the pelicans to come flying over, but yeah, there they are. Pretty wild birds. Yeah, good to have a hat on right now, just due to the fact that they do leave their droppings around. But yeah, anyways, yeah, nice to see those pelicans flying over, and maybe a good way to end the video.